Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear.
Are you kidding me? No sound. I saw that from PG's little girl. My goodness. My goodness. Thank you, ma'am. Oh my God. So I said, H. Davis, number one. Hello, 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 Janice. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Not crazy from Crazy Lady. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Hello, Miss Beautiful Grace. Hello, everybody coming in. H. Davis, Janice, we have all these helplines that I put out in case anybody needs a helpline. And we have Annabella Honeys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Michelle Davis. Hello, beautiful. Hello, D. Hello, hello. Terry Parker, good afternoon. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And PG's little girl, hello, beautiful. And I was saying, I love these hearts. Thank you, Nicey Marie. How beautiful. How beautiful. Thank you so much. They are beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, for being here and joining me today. Let's see who else we have here because I want y'all to come on in. Let's see. We have Yeah, I got it. I hope y'all can hear me now. Hope you can hear me now. Okay, good. Much love to you, PG's little girl. Kathleen. Hello, Elaine. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Everybody is welcome. Thank you for being here so much. I am so happy to see all of y'all. I like doing, again, these afternoon lives when I can. Thank you so much. And thank you, PG's little girl. Oh my God, I love these hearts. Love them, love them. They are beautiful. Stephanie Williams, hello. If y'all will, just put a thumbs up, subscribe, share, like. It's free to do that, and we'll get this story out. My goodness, we're going to get the story out. So grab some coffee. You have Verizon and you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. And I really do love seeing you all here. Hey, Dark Side of Crime, welcome. Welcome in. I hope everybody's in Elaine, GG of 2. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I am so sorry. It was not intentional. It is never intentional. I would never ignore you. Vulgar dislove. Yo, I don't know if I can even say your name, honey, but welcome in, love and blessings. I will practice it and get better. I promise. I promise. I got the first part right. That's all that counts. And I know you're here. I see you. I love you. I love you all. And I appreciate your support. And all these children does too, and everybody. Annabella, I know you're laughing at me. Stop laughing at me, honey. As long as I got Vulgar in, she knows exactly who I'm talking about. Oh, gosh. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. A wonderful day so far. It can only get better. Knock on wood. I hope. Girl, Smiley, that's why I need you to talk for me sometimes, Annabella. Honey, we need to get you up here. And every time I say, Annabella, say the name. I say one name, you say one. I swear people think I'm crazy when I said, I can't say this shit. Arcoholic, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Love you. Love you all. So this should be interesting at the very least. At the very least. And at the very least, I hope I make you smile. And if I make you smile and I get a little bit of education out here, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And who knows, maybe it will help someone. I don't know, but I sure try. Like my mama said, I'm doing the best I can. Doing the best I can. So y'all grab your coffee, grab your snacks, grab all the things. And if you see Millie in here, I don't know where Millie's at. She's out celebrating or she's hung over. Nickel Hohen. I'm just kidding. That's an inside joke with us. Just kidding. Throw her some nickels. I'm just playing, y'all. Just playing. If you see Millie in here, she's the most beautiful mod on YouTube. She's the kindest person, and she's been with me from day one, A1, and she is absolutely the best. It's her birthday, and please don't forget to tell her happy birthday. I hope she has many, many, many more. Oh, yeah, that's right. You the nickel hoe, honey, but you charge $5 now. Hey, Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. Hello. So seriously, welcome in, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about what's happened up in Kingsport. I know a lot of y'all, hey, Pebbles, I know a lot of y'all like it when we speak on Kingsport. Unfortunately, this is a case that somebody never learned their lesson, I guess. Real people, they pay the real prices. Real people pay real hurt, right? Hey, Kaz and Mohawk Mom and everybody. Hello. I wanted to welcome you back to Smiley Stories World. This is my world. Good, bad, or indifferent, honey. It's my world. And just call me Smiley. And today we're going to dive into this case that has stunned the community over in East Tennessee and raised serious questions about trust in the medical field. Some of you probably already heard about this story. I don't know, but you're going to hear it again, baby. You're going to hear it Smiley style. This is the story of Dr. Scott D. McLean. Dr. Scott was once respected. He was respected in family medicine over there, and he was a doctor. And now he sits behind bars. He got them cuffs. Y'all see them cuffs up there, honey? He got them cuffs. It ain't the first time, but we're going to talk about all of that today. This is a true story of Dr. Scott D. McLean. If he's your doctor, well, he's behind bars, honey. If he's your doctor, he is behind bars. Okay? Again, he was once respected. He was a family medical doctor, and he now sits behind bars facing multiple federal felony charges. So grab all your stuff, your blankets, your coffee, your cookies, your wine. Just don't grab no opiates, honey. Please don't. If they were from Dr. McLean, do not. Just saying. First off, I do want to say this. If you are considering any doctor, I don't care what state you're in, I don't care where you're at, I don't care. Stop. I don't care where you're at. Stop. Go down. How did that happen? Anyway, I don't care any of the things. Always, when you're vetting a doctor, hey, jack of all trades, hello, howdy. When you vet a doctor, this is just what you can do. You can ask directly, hey, it's your life. You can ask directly about his current status. Do they have any legal proceedings? Because you don't want to get caught up in that BS in any form. Listen, that happened here. That happened here too. Hey, Susie Little. But no matter if it's just getting left hanging and you're innocent and you're just a patient and you get left hanging with nowhere to turn and not being able to get your medications, you need to take that chance on figuring out who your doctor really is. Because if they're anything like this person, come on in. If they're anything like this person and this doctor, something like this could happen and you would be left with no medications and stuff. And that also puts your life at risk. And these happen all the time. It's not unusual as you think. They are greedy doctors, greedy. And they know the drug addiction is bad, and there's no shortage on that. And so who is the cause of stories like this? Because real people pay and real people hurt over it, and everybody gets caught. Yeah, my one puppy always wants to wait till I sit down and start. But anyway, so also inquire that information, acquire about the average wait times in the office, confirm if they're still accepting new patients and accept your insurance, and all the things. There's stuff you should actually vet. This is your life and your health. And on paper, he seemed like the kind of doctor you could trust. He seemed like you could trust him. He was affiliated with places like Holston Valley, Indian Path, community hospitals. He even spoke Spanish, and he was known for being thorough with his patients. According to some online reviews, and some of them may be a crock of poop, but according to that, even if you review, you still have to vet and you still have to check out. Let's be clear. We're talking about substances like opiates and other drugs that fuel this overdose crisis. And when you're greedy and you're careless and you're not making your patients, accountable, but you are helping them get dependent on these things to bring them back to bring you in money is what you're doing. You're putting this crap in the hands of the dealers who go sell them. And let me tell you something. If you did not know, some of these pills, oxys, what this is true crime. Listen, I don't give a damn what I say. Okay. I'm telling the truth and I'm going to say it. Grace is saying, if I'm not mistaken, he practiced in Knoxville too. He probably did. He probably got called in there. But let's be clear. We're putting these substances like opiates and other drugs in the hands. And one pill of, let's say, Oxy or something, y'all may not know it, but you can sell those one pill for like $45 on the street, if not more. And there's people that will buy them. Absolutely, Nice Marie. They push these pills. They push them. It's not only the pharmaceuticals, it's these doctors. Absolutely, it is. But it's a crock of crap. Let's be clear. We're talking about substances that kill. They're not monitored. They get in the streets. They get in the hands of others. And people overdose. And accidental or not, it happens. I know here, when you deal, they're starting to count they're starting to hold you accountable if somebody ODs, because they're tracing it back. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, study says at least 3 Tennesseans die every day from these related things right here we're talking about. And I know back in 2022, this is 25, so it's worse now, but back in 2022, they had at least 56 deaths per 1,000. And that was back in 2022. I'm an outer nurse. I understand the opiate crisis, but now patients have major surgery with no... Exactly. And guess who's the cause of that? Guess who's the cause of legitimate people needing legitimate pain medicine? Mostly it's these doctors, it's these pharmaceuticals, and it's the ones who take advantage, who go get them and sell them on the streets. And so when you're in real pain, they've made these real laws that are so bad, you're lucky if you get an aspirin when you go to the hospital. And that in itself is wrong. It's just wrong, in my opinion. It's wrong that the good people have to pay because of the greedy people. Hold on just 1 second. Greedy doctors and drug addicted people who are the cause of this story, in my opinion. And so you need to inquire. You need to inquire about everything. It's your life, Even though we had, high stars, there were people that gave him high stars and said, woo, love this doctor, love him. He makes me feel like I'm the only one. I bet he does. And I bet he did. I bet. That's his job. That's what he wants. I bet he did, in my opinion. Dr. Scott McLean, MD, again, he's a family medicine physician. He's based in East Tennessee in Kingsport area. He has a background in general and geriatric care. He's been practicing for well over a decade, and he's affiliated with the local hospitals there, Franklin Woods, Indian Path. But there's also a couple of legal issues, and it did not just start here. It didn't just start just now. So we're going to get to that. So all these systems failed, Susie said. I know people that sell their narcotics, and they are people that can't get the medicine they need for pain of the selfish people. Yes. And so when they get desperate, they buy from these people. And these people might go to the doctor, get it free on Medicaid, TennCare, or their insurance may pay a $5 copay or whatever. Hey, Laura. And then what happens is they get out on the street because they don't need them. They sell them $45 a pop, depending on what it is, or double the amount that it is. They make their money, and people are getting God knows what, because a lot of times that's when they get into the press pills, because then the dealers get greedy. Okay? and you can't tell, and they will kill you. Yeah, elderly people, Mohawk, that was one of his specialties. Made me think of, you know who? Grandis. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. But there's also a complete legal issue with this person, with this doctor, because in 2012, 2016, he was also indicted along with others in Knoxville. And Miss Grace, this may be where you're hearing about him, in an alleged healthcare fraud scheme, unnecessary testing, and then recently, because he didn't learn his lesson, honey. So, and then recently, this is July 2025, he's been charged in Kingsport, Tennessee, with federal healthcare fraud, making false statements, and improper distribution of controlled substance. Now, I can't find any public statements or documents indicating how many patients he actually had, Dr. Scott McLean. I can't see how many he was treating right now. I'm sure it was boatloads. He claimed to be treating, or these claims were to be treating in July 2025 when he got arrested. He was still able to practice and give out this medicine and fraud the system as well, with billing and all kinds of other things included. His most recent legal allegations focus on billing and prescription practices, but they don't specify a patient count. Hey, Val. Hey, Kimberly, everybody. The recent federal charges accuse him of illegally dispensing Schedule II drugs, which are highly regulated and can include, the opiates and all the stimulants and stuff like that. The indictment mentions improper distribute of these medicines. So here we got this doctor giving out controlled substances like candy, opiates, and all the things. Typically, federal healthcare fraud cases focuses on exceeding prescriptions, billing violations, or falling into documents, medically necessity, and stuff like that. But if you're interested in exactly how many prescriptions he wrote or more specifications on that, on the nature of the alleged violations, the best source is going to be all the court filings, like the indictment, because he was indicted, and the charging documents, and the list that counts and can often sample prescriptions and patterns in volumes. You called Grace and they said it's not his office. Well, bullshit, because I'm fixing to show y'all different in a minute. We got to wait until trial or court to find out these things. Dr. McLean was arrested on July 1st, and he was denied release. He was denied, and he cannot get out. He's still in custody. He's in custody under the federal marshals. An affidavit from FBI and Rana O'Hara states that O'Hara participated in a joint investigation with TBI and its Medicaid Fraud Control Division and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA. The affidavit refers back to August 23rd, 2023. They surveillanced his Kingsport primary care where he practiced, and that was watched by TBI agents. And it describes agents interviewing pharmacists as well as people who McLean actually prescribed drugs improperly between 2023 and early 25. The controlled substances allegedly prescribed in violation of the law, in addition to Oxy, which is a painkiller, included also the Xanax and gabapentin and phentermine. Now, I want to say something about gabapentin. I want to say something. I always call this the stupid drug. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I could never get why people over abuse gabapentin. But gabapentin, in case you didn't know, is becoming the new drug, the new high. And there are literally people I know that has taken hands full that should be dead. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that I want y'all to be careful with. I'm giving you factual information on that, and I want you to be aware of it. Have you ever took that shit for nerve? It's for nerve damage and stuff like that. Be careful on it. Be careful. Yeah, it's awful. But now people are getting that and they're taking it by the handfuls because they can't get certain things that they want. And yeah, I mean, that's what it's originally for. And it works. However, it's abused. It's one of the most abused drugs out there now. And so I call it the stupid drug. Stupid drug. Why do these people that take drugs even want to take a stupid drug? I'm telling you, gabapentin will kill you. It is so dangerous. And yeah, it's dangerous. And that's just when you take it right. And it's bad for your liver as well. But I did want to point that out. That was just one of the things. And if it wasn't a big deal, they wouldn't have got them on gabapentin. So I did want to put that out there. The affidavit alleges McLean prescribed such drugs for a mechanic who sometimes lived at the clinic. Why is this reminding me of that series that come on, Claws? Has anybody ever? I'm just saying. Have y'all ever watched Claws, like fingernails, like claws? I used to love to watch that. Actually, I called my mama, "Are you watching this?" Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So you had a mechanic who literally sometimes lived at the clinic property. I mean, that's some Breaking Bad shit, in my opinion. I'm just saying. The facts, though, they pertain to McLean. They pertain to Dr. McLean issuing controlled substances and prescriptions to close friends. That was his first mistake. And romantic interest outside the ordinary course of professional practice. It says, So the mechanic who faced federal drug charges, he faced firearm possession charges, and he cooperated with the FBI in the McLean case. That's what O'Hare's affidavit says. The United States agreed to dismiss a felony offense of possessing a firearm by an addict, in addition to the drug-related charges, I guess, if he turned evidence or whatever. But McLean is charged, Dr. McLean, with billing 2 different insurance for excessive services that were never provided. He's charged with a total of 4 separate crimes, which is false statements related to health care matters, health care benefit fraud, unauthorized distribute of Schedule II controlled substance, and other controlled substances. Corey Shipley, who was appointed to represent McClain, he argued for his release for custody to await trial at a hearing Thursday. And that request was denied. Hallelujah, thank God, because he ain't going to change. He didn't learn the first time. He didn't learn in 2012. He didn't learn. In my opinion, his license should have been stripped from him. But yet he was still practicing. I believe this is on the Washington County side. Because, Sullivan County, you put one foot in one side and Washington County on the other side. But anyway, this is the Washington County side. So I'm just saying, if any FOIAs are going to be got, just saying, you can get them. Go online, submit via DOJ's FOIA portal, https://www.foia.gov/. You can also request FOIAs by email, but you have to write FOIA, FOIA .request at usdoj.gov. I'm trying to go slow in here in case you miss it, but you can also request FOIAs by mail. You mail it to the executive offices for the U.S. attorneys, FOIA/PA unit, 950 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, room 2242, Washington, D.C., 20530-0001. Smiley's already on it. Smiley has requested that as well. But I'm just saying, if you want to, that's how you do it. Processing can take a few weeks to several months, depending on the complexity, and you may be asked to narrow down the scope or clarity of what you're actually seeking. Because this is an ongoing case, some records may be redacted. Some may be denied under the law enforcement privacy exemptions, especially if the case is still open, and it is. But now, as of now, according to today, July 22nd, 2025, the report is Dr. Scott McClain was arrested on July 1st, 2025, and during a federal detention hearing, he was held in early July and he was denied release. As a result, he remains in the custody of the U.S. Marshals. Now listen, folks. He has about 20 years of medical experience under his belt. That's not counting school. That's not counting college or study it took to become a doctor in the first place. It's not counting the experience. He definitely knew better. He knew what he was doing, in my opinion. And he knew exactly, in my opinion, what was going on in his office and in his clinic. He not only was part of it, but he wrote, And I know nurses can sign for the doctors, but he wrote, he signed, he approved paperwork and prescriptions. He saw the patients. He knew their history. He didn't care, in my opinion. But he was in charge of these people, the people that work for him in billing. That part's all on him, in my opinion. That's just me. And he's not dumb. He had the education and training. He earned his MD from American University in the Caribbean School of Medicine in 2000. He completed residencies. He's got board certification in family medical and geriatric medicine. His practice is at hospitals and their affiliations, so he can go other places too. It's not limited to, but Holston Valley Medical Center in Kingsport. He's affiliated with Indian Path Community Hospital, Franklin Woods Community Hospital. And again, he speaks English and Spanish very fluently. He's no dummy. He's 56 years old, and he's thrown all of this away, in my opinion. But that's a chance, evidently, he was willing to take. How many went there for their opiate scripts? I don't know. Evidently, it was enough to keep him going. And I want to know, was Grandis one of them? I bet a bunch of people in the Summer Wells case, I'm sure, was there at some point or another. Just saying. For example, there was, again, this 5-star praise for this doctor. He's very compassionate. He makes you feel like you're his only patient. Okay. I bet he did. I bet they thought he had real good bedside manners. Yeah, he threw it all away for money, and I don't care how much money you have. Money don't last. Yeah, if you're up there in the Kingsport area and you know anything or you've seen this doctor, come talk to me. Also, if you want to send it in the email me. I will keep your name quiet. But I'm sure there was a ton. And look how many ODs were there, especially during the Summer Wells thing when it first started. Dr. Scott D. McLean was convicted, listen to this, of DUI also. And he was previously indicted in at least 2 serious legal matters. So why the hell was he still allowed to practice medicine? In 2013, he had a DUI conviction in Tennessee for driving under the influence. The court dockets show he had prior criminal history and was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days, just serving part of that, just shy of a year. That's where they F up, in my opinion, because 11 months, 29 days, hey. The case of Tennessee versus Scott McLean, you can find that source on Tennessee Court of Criminal Appeals in the Just Law as well. It is a sad situation who let patients have signed scripts, pads between him and his nurse. They started investigating him, and he analyzed himself. But that should be your first sign. The federal indictment in 2016 indicted in East Tennessee, along others, for alleged prescription and health care fraud scheme, charged him with unnecessary lab test, alleged controlled substance abuse at that time, and the case involved Horizon Family Medicine, where he worked at in Knoxville, Tennessee. So, Miss Grace, you're right. He worked at Horizon Family Medical in Knoxville, Tennessee. So, yes, absolutely. He may have even come in front of your judge. I don't know. But that was in 2016, and now this. Facing multiple federal charges related to, again, the scheduled substances, controlled substances, healthcare fraud, billing services not rendered, and he is denied bond. He's currently in federal custody, and that's pretty much guaranteed to get him a jail cell. I'm just saying. Okay, thank you, honey. Thank both of y'all. Thank you all for coming in. So what do you think? Do you think doctors who commit these crimes or any crimes until they're proven innocent or guilty should still keep their license and practice medicine? I'm asking y'all. Because I don't. Evidently, just like the one before this and the DUI and all the things, he was probably using himself. But even all the things he had before, he didn't learn his lesson from the first go around, in my opinion. Dr. McClain is awaiting this federal trial, and depending on the outcome, he's going to be facing several serious prison charges, prison time. And we're going to keep an eye out on that, and we're going to keep an eye out on more of the indictment documents, which will lay out exactly how much prescriptions in those indictments written, or the dosages and the kind of billing that was involved. And if not, then we're going to have to wait until court, until trial. But I have already submitted a FOIA request to get those records. And when they come in, you better believe I will let you know, and I will break it all down for you if they release them to me, or what they release. This case is a reminder that real people get hurt when professionals break the law. And he definitely was a professional, and he definitely broke the law, especially in medicine. Listen, y'all, it's not just about charts, and it's not just about prescriptions, especially in medicine. It's not about all that. It's about these lives. It's about these lives. Yes, honey, I know somebody who took 1,600 milligrams given by a doctor and then started abusing them. Gabapentin is no good. If they ever try to give you that, I don't give a damn what it's for. I say turn it down. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you. Yeah, we won't. and they won't release the patient's name, but they might release the yeah, they definitely won't because of that. At least not until trial and discovery and all that stuff. But they might release the how many prescriptions and dosages and all that kind of stuff. But there was there's a problem too, because there is billing involved. That was fraud. And also all of that. Again, like I said, I already submitted a FOIA and to get records. So the case is a reminder people get hurt. And in my opinion, every life matters. Yeah, they always prescribe. And if you don't take it, they try to get you to and get you hooked. And then if you're hooked, they hand them out like candy, in my opinion, if you find the right doctor. And they get out on the streets, etc., etc. So let's watch this. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, let's see. We're going to give credit to WJHL News. Gotta hope it plays right. Y'all just bear with me. Share screen. Okay.
Here on First at 4, a Kingsport doctor is facing federal felony charges after a multi-year investigation. Dr. Scott McLean allegedly billed insurers for services he didn't provide and engaged in unauthorized distribution of Schedule II and Schedule IV drugs, including oxycodone. That's all according to an affidavit. McLean was arrested on July 1st and denied release in a detention hearing on Thursday. He remains in custody of federal marshals. Now, the affidavit alleges McLean prescribed such drugs for a mechanic who sometimes lived at the clinic property and for romantic partners. He's charged with a total of 4 separate crimes, including health care benefit fraud.
So there's that. And it's all over the news there. I'm sure many people knew that doctor. I'm sure. But I say all lives matter, and this is bullcrap. Let's see. I used to have actual notes and being slung out of painkillers. I'd be drenched in sweat and see, that's the problem. And when people really need their medicines and they get hooked on it, and then stuff like this happens, they can't get their medicine, and people can die from that. They go through withdrawals. It's taking them time to get in another clinic, or, whether it's a pain clinic, a doctor, or whatever. I don't know, Mohawk. I'm not sure, but it's all a nightmare. It's all a nightmare. It's wrong. It's wrong. I believe Tennessee was hit the hardest for opiate, and the doctors popped up. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. Absolutely did. If you care about this kind of stuff and you want to get this information out, share it anywhere you want to. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. It don't matter. Just hit it. Let's get it in the algorithm. Don't let this doctor keep doing this. Check your doctors. Don't be scared to ask, and just do it. Your health is important. And if they give you something, ask why you're having to take it. Why. And it's so bad, the people that need something, you can't go to the emergency room anymore and get anything because of people like this, whether it be doctors or the abusers. I'm just saying. And it's sad. And people's in real pain. So anyway, I appreciate y'all coming in. Let me explain this to you and go over this with you. I thank you for watching, and I thank you, for everything. Yeah, and listen, Grace, I know. Excuse me. Thank you, Grace. And and it makes me angry too. When my mom was on hospice, you should be kept comfortable. And it took everything for me to keep her as comfortable as she needed to be because of shit like this. Because of stuff like this. And it's making those suffer. And I don't mean to sound rude. I'm not saying who cares. We all care. I'm not saying that. But nobody's giving a damn when somebody's in hospice. That's what they're there for, is to keep them medicated, to keep them as comfortable as possible. But thanks to doctors like this, and thanks to people taking advantage of it and running there and doing what they're doing, people can't get what they need. And it's sad. It's sad. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Next time, I will see you. I thank you to my mods. Thank you for staying aware, being aware, and all of the things. Again, this is Kingsport, Tennessee. Y'all have a great day. See you in the streets. YouTube streets, that is. Thank you. Bye.